All right. Awesome. Welcome to this webinar. It is December 19th in 2024. We are having a conversation today about eXp commercial and the partnership with CoStar, which we are super excited. It's a huge deal, guys. Huge, huge deal. I think we are one of 6 organizations that have now officially have had a partnership with eXp. With CoStar. So I'm going to share some slides, and then I'm also going to bring in our special guest, Louie and Ghislaine, and we're going to have a couple of shares on that. We can share some of the results that have been happening. So without further ado, let's get this party started up. So the first thing that I want to cover here is just the opportunity of what is possible. So first slide, let me go ahead and move this over. So these are just some of the things that are already included with eXp commercial. Okay, so they're really revolutionizing the model of real estate. And one of the things that I think a lot of people don't understand is that eXp commercial, it's already in all 50 states. Most companies out there that are in the commercial space, they might be in multiple states, but our company is not a franchise. So I want to just highlight that because it's a very big distinction. It's not a franchise. So not being a franchise also gives us the ability to do business in all 50 states with something that's called portability. Our broker of record, Jeffrey, he's an expert at this. So let's just say you have a customer in Arizona, you have a customer in Texas, you have a customer in Florida. You have the ability with your real estate license in your state to do business in any of the 50 states. So first thing I want to highlight that is the ability to do business in all 50 states with your license, and you can get compensated. And most of the time, right, if we're looking at residential, that is not really a possibility. You always have to refer it out to somebody in the residential space to close out the transaction and pick up a referral. Commercial is different in that regard. Commercial special in that regard. We're not regulated by RESPA. So huge opportunity there. But you see the typical business model right on the left-hand side. You usually have a little bit more overhead. You have local confinement. You have inconsistent growth incentives, and you're also limited to the knowledge and expertise of the individuals around you in your office. So one of the great things that is unique about eXp commercial is that you're not just learning from people in your local market. You're learning from people all over the nation. We have over 50 hours of training on a weekly basis. I'm also going to be covering a little bit about our eXp Commercial Academy moving forward, and also announce a special training that we are going to be doing moving forward in January that is going to be specifically a role play for commercial, which I know a lot of people are not doing out there. So we're going to be doing this weekly. And I have our special guests here that have committed to also help us with that moving forward. One thing I do want to highlight as well, guys, is the fact that if you learn commercial, I want to highlight the opportunity because there's a ton of opportunities in the referral space. So, there's about 90,000, plus or minus agents here at eXp Residential. So there's less than 1,000 agents in the commercial side. So there is a massive opportunity for referrals. And I'm sure that when I get Mr. Louie and Ghislaine up, they're going to share about the opportunities that have happened and what it's impacted in their business. So the next thing I want to highlight, we have international collaboration as well. Our company is in 24 countries. So, just a couple highlights. Number one, fastest growing real estate brands in North America. 50,000, which again is it's almost 90,000 now. And we've been named in 2018 to 2020 Glassdoor's best place to work. So I'm not going to be covering too much of this here. I want to get into the next slide here. But one other thing that we get asked, or is a myth in our model, is that we're just in the cloud. And yes, we are a tech company, but we have plenty of brick and mortar locations all over the world. Case in point, I was actually in Mexico last week. I was there for a wedding. And I was in Andares, Guadalajara, and I had an office walking distance from me, and I was able to, host my training from this location. So 3,000 office locations all over the world with this Regis partnership. And so really big deal. No matter where you're at, you have an office space. So Now let's talk about this, right? This is the big thing that everybody's super excited about. Everybody's excited about this, and I actually want to allow also, I know I'm going to introduce him here towards the end of the conversation, but I want Mr. Louie and Ghislaine to chime in on how much of a big deal this is, right? The CoStar partnership with eXp, and share some of the success that you guys have had. Again, I think there was a couple of you that were already in the meeting room, but Galen and Louie, this month alone have $11 million in production and escrow. Okay. On Monday, they're also heading out to meet with somebody to execute on a contract with $90 million in production. So, guys, there's a lot of opportunities here. A lot of opportunities. So, Mr. Louie, Mr. Galen, Miss Galen, if you guys can unmute yourselves and share a little bit of what you're excited about eXp Commercial, what you're excited about CoStar, what does this mean to your business? And yeah, let's go from there. And then we got a couple more things to share. Let's go.
Go ahead, Galen.
All right. Well, hi guys, Ghislaine, Chavez. Super excited to be here. Thank you so much, Leo, for having us. It's such a privilege to be here with everybody. And if anyone's excited to be in commercial real estate, like the time is now, I think this is great because I can't say enough. When we've been coaching and talking to agents for years, I tell them you can add 30-40% more to your business, like easily, just talking to your COI. But now with CoStar, I think it's a game changer. Finally, I mean, I don't know of any brokerage that provides something like this. The first thing, anywhere when I was interviewing with any brokerage, what can you provide me? What are those platforms that you, Mr. Broker, can give me? And CoStar is the main number one thing that I need as a commercial broker to be able to handle work, right? And be able to service my clients. This is the number one MLS. They're the ones that run the show. And that's the only place I can get comps. It's the only place I can go national, by the way. It's accessed nationally, which is huge because then I can look at properties and look up properties also by owners, phone numbers, contact, prospect. It has everything. I look up tenants that I want to get phone numbers from too. Anybody who's getting ready to expire on a lease, turn them into a sale, vice versa, etc. So that for me was one of the main things.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Miss Galen. You're absolutely on fire. Let's go. Let's go.
You
Mr.
know,
Louie, what are you excited
guys,
about, bro?
this is a funny thing for me is that I was trying to get Galen on board with me. Leo introduced us 2.5 years ago, and she's first thing she says, she's like, "Do you have CoStar? Because if you don't have CoStar, we're not going to do any business." And I'm like, I have CoStar, right? But guys, I pay right now $500 for CoStar, and I got a huge people I've gotten CoStar for, and they pay over $600 to $700 a month. This is a game changer. This, man, if this was around, I would have been with eXp a long time ago. To be on CoStar, to find out and get sellers' phone numbers, emails, their address, and to prospect from CoStar is amazing. I have a success story where a friend of mine taught me the residential business, and then I went into commercial business. And then 4 years later, he comes and says, "Hey, teach me the commercial business." And then I tell him, "Okay, look, I have this guy that wants to sell this property. Call these phone numbers for a buyer." He calls them, and when I'm telling you guys, I'm serious. I gave him a list of phone numbers, and 90 days later, we're closing on a $14 million deal. Okay, so we went into escrow at 18 million. And we closed at 14 in 90 days later after I gave him the phone numbers. And that's a true story. You can talk to him, you can ask him questions. And now, well, he's my business partner and we're in business together. And it was a home run, guys, right? Who would like to close a $14 million deal by prospecting on CoStar all day long, right? This is where we do our comparables, right? So we know that it makes sense. So then if you're a residential real estate agent, all you have to do, you get CoStar if you're a residential agent, and you run some comparables, and the comps are so simple to run on CoStar. And then remember all of these deals that you guys, when somebody asks you, "Do you do commercial real estate?" and you said no. "Do you know how much my property's worth?" and you said no. Guys, this is so simple. It is so easy to run numbers on CoStar. It's crazy. You can get the comparables. Now you don't have to say no, right?
Yeah.
Here's and I talk about multiple income streams all the time. How did we get to $11 million in closings this month? CoStar is our number one prospecting machine that we use. Number one. We are in CoStar every single day. So that's how you get to those numbers, guys.
That's what I'm talking about, Mr. Louie. Awesome. Congratulations once
Man.
again. And thank you
in
for sharing.
Q2, we were number 2. How did we get there? CoStar is one of the biggest platforms we use, guys.
Yes. Yes. I love it. I love it. And we're going to definitely touch a little bit more on CoStar and then also getting into the details of what you guys are doing specifically, how you guys are maximizing the tools and resources and platform to grow your business. And one of the other things I do want to highlight is the fact that we also have the AIR contracts. Yeah. And this is also another huge one. So I want you guys to also chime in, Louie, Ghislaine, like how much of a big deal this is and to have these forms, right? Because it officially formalizes. I mean, it's essential. Go ahead.
I'm super excited about that one because I love the AIR forms, people, and I can tell, like, okay, I can tell whether it's a residential agent versus a commercial agent if they're reverting to the CAR forms. CAR.org, CAR, as everyone's familiar with that, the California Association Realtors has the library for AIR forms, but they are limited to a set library of forms that you have per year. You can get it for like $199. So if you just need the regular kind of general stuff, but on AIR contracts, the actual site, you'll actually get all the contracts from A to Z, everything. And then get this, of course, this is my favorite part. Well, remember, we're not attorneys. Now, this quick disclaimer, but in commercial world, the Wild Wild West, we are able to redline, add, strike, language on contracts. Okay, you didn't hear me, but remember, always refer to counsel or an attorney, making sure that you're getting all of this from your clients. But if you are amending a document, you are able to do it through the AIR docs here, and that's amazing. So it just again gives you a whole other leverage that now when you're talking to a client, you're using standard contracts that are used all day long nationally across the board for commercial, and now you come across like an expert, which is, again, you are now superseding your competition.
I love it.
Here's one special thing, Leo. Like, how many of you agents have passed up on a lease, right? That is profitable. I've seen Galen's checks. She is the master of leasing, right? And sales. Because look, the first thing we did, we sent our admin to a 2-day training for AIR forms for leasing and knowing the contracts. 2-day training. Man, it is powerful once you have AIR, right? It's it's a game changer. And when you talk about redlining and striking, right? They teach you this stuff. And who doesn't want to pass up on multiple income streams again, Leo?
Yeah, 100%, guys. And, very, very well said. So just know, guys, the highlight is that these forms, right? This is like your library to execute, your business. These are included in the eXp membership with commercial. So just definitely want to highlight that. And we're going to be, again, right, covering a couple of more things here. But one thing that was just recently done, we just announced a partnership with Canva, which, we announced it actually in eXp Miami. And we had like 4,000 people in the room, and I think this was one of the most excited. Like, I saw all the agents like yelling, like, "Oh my God, this is such a great thing!" So I just wanted to bring this up because this is something else that this is a recent partnership that's also included in your eXp commercial membership as well. So the fact that you have Canva and they're already loaded up with all your brand, right? Like the logos already loaded up, presentations are loaded up. There's a ton of materials that are consistently being loaded up. So this is a huge partnership, and it's also included in your membership with eXp Commercial. The other thing that I will say is, for tracking purposes, and this is actually for most of you that may or not have seen or used Sisu. Sisu is actually an amazing platform that keeps track of your numbers. So, commercial real estate and just real estate and business in general is all about you tracking, measuring the data, tracking, measuring your conversations, tracking and measuring your conversions. So what Sisu does is that gamifies your like a dashboard, and you're able to see how you're performing. So this is a partnership that eXp just recently did as well. And Sisu, again, right? So I have a lot of my top teams that have purchased this platform. This is also included with eXp Commercial. So it's just another, pillar of what you're going to get as far as benefits. So
I'm gonna use that word gamify, Leo.
the what?
I'm gonna use that word gamify you just said, man.
Hey, bro, yeah, we gamify it, right? Because look, in commercial, in business, we're all competitive, right? Like we want to know,
Yes,
how do I measure up, right?
yes.
So you make it a game. This business, we gotta have a little bit of fun. So we gotta gamify it. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So just if you guys are aware of not, like I'm going to show you guys a quick little, this is just a synopsis of the cost, right? Because you have EXP residential and then you have EXP commercial. The really powerful thing is that both they're two separate organizations. So you have the ability as a residential agent say, you know what, I want to move my license over to commercial, or you vice versa. You can move it back and forth at any time. You can just contact staff at eXp and they can make this transition over. But this is the cost, right? I mean, for all the tools, and there's a couple of more that I'm going to be covering for everything that we have here at eXp Commercial, 80-20 split. $20,000 cap, guys. I just want to pause there because $20,000 cap. I interviewed somebody and she was telling me that she had a $160,000 cap. $160,000 cap. Like the fact that we have a $20,000 cap with everything that we're including for eXp commercial, I'm telling you, is ridiculous. I have many people that never even have a cap. They're like, the first time I talk to them in commercial and they're like, wait, yeah, what is that? They don't even have an idea what that is, right? I don't know if you want to highlight that aspect of it, guys. I mean, like what that means also in commercial, because that's one deal, right? One transaction. Go ahead. Go ahead, Galen. Go ahead, Galen. I think you're let me see.
Mute. Okay, sorry.
I'm
Thank
like,
you.
Galen was at the edge of the counter. Like, come on, let me in, let me in.
No, I can't say enough. Like if you go to like say Marcus and Millichap or some of these other bigger broker guys, Newmark, Lee and Associates, all these guys, you start as a commercial agent, you want to get trained, you want to tap into this industry, you start at least at 60. Like, you're serving coffee and you're being a runner, you're just going to be like barely making anything. You're going to be learning from some of the big guys and you're going to have to do your time. You can't start off like this. This is a rarity, like to be able to come in at such a low cap like this and start off running right away and be able to start making money. So that's huge. That's huge right there. So many places don't give you that ability to do that and then be able to, again, understand, get trained, receive all this commercial training, have access to all of these platforms right from the get-go. Again, you usually have to share or, ask permission, from your other guys. So anyways, that's
And then you won't pass up on people that want to sell their real estate and their business, Galen, right?
oh yeah, that's another
Man, that's a game changer. Well, I want to sell my business. Is your real estate attached to it? Yes. There's 2 closings right there, guys. And if there's a beer and wine alcohol license on there, that's 3 closings.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
This is
on the table. No.
And look, guys. I mean, I was sharing about, like Latrice just put it in the chat right now, right? My cap was previously a commercial broker, which was 160,000 at a 60-40 split, guys. That's the norm in the commercial space.
yes.
That's the norm without 90% of what we're talking about here. So this is game changer. There's also the monthly fee is different on the commercial side. So I want to highlight that. It's $500 a month. That's going to be the new initiative with CoStar Partnership, because it used to be $250, but now that they're including CoStar, they're moving the fee to $500. But normally, guys, what does CoStar cost out? I mean, I think you mentioned it, right? But just want to make sure that everybody knows, what does CoStar alone cost?
I paid $500 right now, $495.
Just for CoStar, not talking about everything. Just it. Yes.
Just CoStar, $495.
So here you're getting $500 a month, and you're getting CoStar, you're getting Moody's, you're getting Buildout, you're getting the AIR forms, you're getting Regis, you're getting Canva, you're getting the Commercial Academy. I'm telling you, it's a game changer.
No-brainer, man.
Yeah, it's a
no-brainer.
Yes. So we'll definitely get into more of that. Let me just show you guys another thing that I think, and I just named these, right? I wanted to make sure that you guys. But Buildout, I want to highlight Buildout. This is another platform that I know we were talking about that offline. So share with us a little bit of like what you guys use Buildout for. What do you guys like about it?
Go ahead, Galen.
Again, love Buildout. That's another platform we use for a lot of our OMs, the offering memorandums, those brochures that are like 10, 12, 15, 20 pages, depending on the complexity of the property that you're listing, right? And so it's allows for you to put that through and just execute that. I think through Canva. I hear that now you can use AI, plug it through Canva and push it out through Buildout. I mean, it's a nonstop. It's just an amazing platform to crank out some of these OMs that sometimes you'll have to contact somebody who's maybe an expert at a marketing person. They'll charge you $350 an hour, or maybe 300, who knows, $2,500, $5,000 later when you can build something like this for yourself. So you just, again, this is another item that is huge because all these other big brokerages have their marketing teams, and you can come across and look like, again, an expert at producing a very professional looking piece for your listing, for presentations, proposals, leases, etc. All of it across the board.
Wow. Very cool. Mr. Louie, anything else you want to add on or contribute in addition to what Ms. Ghislaine said? She did it
Look,
perfectly.
man, build out and OMs offering memorandums is a game changer in this business, guys. It's a flyer on steroids, right? Anybody you do business with, if you have an offering memorandum or build out offers, it's a game changer, right? It gives you the location, it tells you what's surrounding there, it gives you the car count, it gives you the car count of where the location is, the foot traffic. It just gives you everything, and it's a game changer, right?
Yes,
We
100%.
every single time we pick up a commercial property, we do an offering memorandum. We do it through build out, right?
Yes.
And it's not really difficult to use. You put the photographs in there, you put the location, and it starts putting it together for you. It's amazing. It's a great opportunity to increase your business.
Absolutely, absolutely. And your OM offer memorandum, like when I met Louie and Galen, like they were saying all these words, right? And like I was like, what are these terms that you guys are saying? And I was like, this sounds like a completely different language, right? Because my background is on the residential side. I understand what these things mean now, and luckily we have these amazing individuals here that are sharing with us. And Louis, you shared with me a little the OM of this other property. I think I'm gonna go ahead and share it if you guys are okay with it here
Yeah,
towards the
put
end.
that up. Put that
Want
up,
me to
man.
put it up real quick?
And this is
Let
the
me
way they look.
let me show you guys really quick because this is like what it actually looks like. So let me go ahead and pull this up real quick.
Galen.
There we go. So
There we
here
go.
is an OM. So let me go ahead and
That's our listing, by the way, guys.
yeah, this is the listing that they're talking about here in San Gabriel. And actually, as a matter of fact, just share a little bit about this real quick before we move on to the next thing here.
So this property, our team came across this property. We got the appointment. We went and picked it up. We got a 6-month listing. We put the OM together. We've been touring the property. It has 87 multi-units. It has 225 key hotel and 40,000 square foot of retail. This property, we put it under contract for $88 million. Well, the least money they're gonna take is 88 million, right? After this project is fully done, because the hotel is about 90% done, the retail and the multi-units is about 75% done. But once this thing is done, it's gonna be worth about $162 million.
Wow.
And right now it's about 12 to 15 million dollars to finish the project.
Wow. Huge, huge. Who wants to get some $100 million deals in 2025?
This is
Right?
it, man. This is it. And it all started with residential real estate, guys. We just made a decision to get into the commercial business, and this was the game changer, right? And then
Yes.
now we're in a position to have something like this and to sell something like this, right?
And think
It's amazing. Anybody can do it.
Thank you guys, and thank you guys for sharing that. I wanted to, we were talking about like OMs and all this stuff. I'm like, boom, here's a live example of what that is, and what a phenomenal example, by the way. And congratulations on that listing. Congratulations on that sale. I would personally walk that site. It's absolutely incredible to
Wow.
see, what has happened there. So, Let me go ahead and share my slides again. I kind of lost my screen. Where are we at? I wanted to share one more thing because I think it's really important. A lot of people that actually chimed in earlier, right? You guys, some of you are in the commercial space already, but a lot of you are wanting to learn. So we have, eXp, the Commercial Academy. So this is kind of like the foundation of what you guys will learn through the courses. So, an overview, the product types, leasing process, the sale process, the evaluation of the properties, laying in the, so all of these things are being hosted by the Commercial Academy. So really good stuff that we have there as well. So if you guys want to learn the details of it, and Louie, Ghislaine, and I are going to be hosting these trainings moving forward, also on Thursdays, and we're going to be rolling out a role play. One of the other things that we're going to be doing is running a mastermind where, just like we shared this listing, we want to have a collaborative effort where we all bring the listings that you guys are picking up, so we can all have the ability to do deals amongst one another, right? To find a buyer, to find a client. We have the ability to do that at a really high level because we're a national brokerage, and we have a lot of we have some of the most productive individuals in the business here at our company. So one other thing that I want to share about, there's, obviously, and this is another thing that I want to highlight. I mean, I think that a lot of people don't understand how powerful this is as well, but you guys also have equity here in this company. You guys are a real estate
Oh,
professional, and you guys are also earning up to $20,000 in stock just by doing your business. So this is also game changer. You also have the ability to earn stock on your first transaction. You earn stock when you cap, and you also earn stock. Let's just say, you're loving eXp Commercial and you happen to share with a friend when they do their first transaction, they're a productive agent. You also get rewarded with stock. So the agent equity program, the last one there, you are able to buy stock up to 5% of your transaction and actually, this is a slide that's a little outdated. It's 5% discount. So another ownership opportunity, right, as you're doing your business. So I just think that that's also a game changer. I don't know if you guys want to add or contribute anything to that about the equity side of things. I know that obviously you guys both came from, Galen, you came from KW, Louis, you came from Century 21. I'm sure you guys were getting ownership there, obviously, right? So,
that's a good one, Leo. That's a good one, man.
right.
I didn't I was tired of being man, here's one thing. You got to put yourself in a position, Leo, 100%. If you're going to be in this business, you got to put yourself in a position not to be the smartest person in the room.
Yes.
And that's what happened to me over there at Century 21. It just didn't work out anymore. I was the big fish. And once I came over here, it was a game changer.
Yes, 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 yes. I say that all the time. I tell everybody, I'm like, you don't understand how important it is to be around people that are doing, things greater than you are, because that gives you the ability to grow. Gives you the
Yes.
ability to grow.
If you're going to be in this business, Leo, this is what I say. If you're going to be in this business, you might as well go for it, man. You might as well get out of your comfort zone and just go for it and put these deals together. And I have to keep saying this. It's not that complicated. Don't be intimidated by it, right?
Yes,
Just
absolutely.
go for it.
Absolutely.
Growth as your COI is just right there, guys. And all you have to do is add a little bit more to your language and to your conversations about, like, by the way, do you have any additional investments? Do you own a business? Are you working for somebody? Do you have your business? You'd be surprised. They're leasing, they own a business, they're trying to find another investment, they already own investments, and they're trying to trade into something else. You'd be surprised. Again, add additional income. It's just right there. You haven't told them that you do commercial as well. So that's all they need to know.
You got to put in
Absolutely.
the hustle, guys. Well, me and Galen are we just love to work and not only that, we praise the Lord Jesus Christ. We were in church this morning at 5 o'clock this morning, guys. It's just
Amen. Amen.
you gotta put yourself in a position to succeed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Amen. Amen. Thank you guys for sharing. Thank you guys for sharing. We got a couple more things, and then I'm gonna ask you guys some tough questions. You guys better be ready for this because
Come on.
you guys got to get ready for this one. So one thing I do want to share about is the ability, and this is something a lot of individuals are not paying attention to, but we also have a revenue sharing plan with eXp as well. Can you guys see my screen, by the way, or am I not sharing the screen?
No.
Okay, cool. Okay, then that's my fault. There we go. Perfect. There we go. So we also have a revenue share plan, right? So this is just another reason, right? I mean, if you guys are loving eXp commercial, you guys are loving eXp, you have the ability to share with other people in the business, and you now have alignment not only in partnership, but you also have alignment financially. So one of the key words that I use, when I'm talking to individuals about eXp is the collaborative spirit that we have. We all collaborate with one another because the incentives are aligned for us to collaborate. So revenue sharing is absolutely a game changer. So I'm not going to go too much deep into this aspect of it, but we'll definitely get into this at another time because I just want to make sure that we cover the rest of the things that we have here. So we touched on the trainings. We're going to learn about sales listing, lead generation, social media, which again, I think that one of the things I do want to highlight is that Louie and Ghislaine have done a phenomenal job of putting themselves out there on social media because actually many people, this is actually something I talked to Louie and Ghislaine about before, we were in partnership. I'm like, man, I don't really see a lot of people in commercial doing, anything on social media. So I don't know if you guys want to tap into that or highlight the fact that, because if you guys follow them, actually make sure that you guys follow them on Instagram and Facebook as well. But anything you guys want to highlight about that, the social media aspect and how that's helped you guys to capture and attract more business?
Go ahead, Galen.
Oh, no, go ahead, because I think we have, is Melissa on our Zoom here?
Yeah, Melissa's on our Zoom. She's our marketing director. Look, hey,
Melissa's the best.
here's what happened to me. And I've had people reach out to me and say, hey, look, we don't do this kind of stuff. We don't do this kind of marketing. I mean, we don't do social media. And the people that were reaching out to me were other commercial brokers, right? And I started looking at it. My numbers are a lot higher than their numbers. So why would I even listen to their opinion about that stuff, right? We got invited to KW, Beverly Hills, because we are in social media and because our numbers are high, right? And we did a training in Beverly Hills. We had one of the top people at Beverly Hills KW reach out to us, and now he partners up with us on listings in commercial, right? Would that have been possible? Probably not, right? So does it work? 100%. Are we all over the place? Yes. We're in Florida. We're in Texas. We've done multiple seminars all over the country, guys. How is that possible? And we get a lot of business from social media, guys. I mean, I can't wait to get Steven the rapper over there at the San Gabriel property to do a video over there.
Yes, 100%. And he's on.
It's just like you're staying relevant, right? Top of mind. Your COI, your friends, family, they're all looking, they're all watching, and they're seeing what you're up to. And I think that's important. They see that you're an expert. Maybe you're locally an expert. Maybe you're going to specialize in restaurants. Maybe it's going to be in gas stations. Maybe it's going to be in hotels, different asset types. But they need to see that you're working in that industry. And that's how, you start getting referrals, you start being contacted. Again, all different. Why not? Right. All these people, all these other commercial agents have been doing things the old fashioned way, and they've been used to doing those things the old fashioned. So,
you know what I'll say to that, Ghislaine, I think you hit the nail on the head, right? I mean, 20 years in the business for me, right? Every single mentor coach that I've ever had, every single one of them said, Leo, you got to stay top of mind. 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 Social media is staying top of mind. Like, you guys got to connect that. Like, don't disconnect the fact, like, the old school advice is very, very powerful and incorporated into your social media. I don't know if you guys know this, but we just surpassed 5 billion people on social media. 5 billion with a B, not million, 5 billion. So
how many of those people own businesses and real estate, Leo?
Exactly.
Come on.
That's what Melissa just said. Like, business owners are on social media as well, right?
Yes. Yes. 100%, man, right? Don't pass up on that opportunity, but learn the craft as well. Learn the craft, right? Partner up with a commercial agent that can help you take one of these deals to the finish line, right? And learn the process. Don't just say, hey, I want to go ahead and give you this deal and refer it out. Don't do that to yourself. You'll never increase your business. You'll never increase the knowledge of the business. Don't pass up on an opportunity to learn about this business, guys. The profits are there.
Absolutely. And every single one of you, whether you guys have experience in commercial or not, when a customer says, do you do commercial, say yes. Because you have individuals like Ghislaine and Louie that are experts that you could reach out to them and say, hey, I have somebody that is interested in doing this kind of transaction. Hey, let's partner up together. There's that opportunity for you guys available there, all 50 states.
Here's
What?
here's a here's
Go
a
ahead.
real quick, Leo. Here's a great example, right? We went to go speak at Five Star in Dallas, and we spoke 3 days there. And then what happened there was an agent over there that I do business with, and I was coaching. He called me 2 weeks ago and says, "Hey, I have this church that I want to sell for 4 million. Can you help me out?" I said, "Of course I can." And you know what I'm charging him 40% to sell that church. And I'm over here and I'm running the numbers for him. I'm giving him all the data and we're going to close that church and we're going to make 40% of a property that's in Jersey.
What's the price on it?
4 million.
4 million. 4 million, right? Again, you guys have these type of opportunities, and like most of you have these type of opportunities sitting in your cell phone, by the way.
Yeah, you'll be able to recognize, all of a sudden you start recognize like that yellow car on the freeway, right? You're gonna start
Yeah.
recognizing, oh wow, like okay, like I know that one of my friends or one of my past clients owns this business. Oh, I need to
Yeah.
contact him. Oh, I know that so and so owns a gas station. Oh, he owns an office building. I believe it's half empty. I think he needs a little help with managing or maybe leasing that thing up. Maybe it's in distress. Maybe they're not doing so good and they need to move. Your wheels start going and you start realizing, oh my goodness, I'm sitting on a lot of opportunities right now.
Yes. Yes. 100%. Absolutely. One thing I do want to highlight, I have two more slides and then we're going to just open it up for Q&A. Healthcare, right? Most people, they're self-employed, don't have this. This is another added benefit that you have access to with eXp commercial and residential. So I just wanted
Wow.
to, briefly touch on that because I think that's game changer. Most organizations, you're not going to have the ability to do that. The other thing is that this is one of my favorite tools, by the way, guys. If you guys haven't jumped on Workplace, I mean, there's close to 90,000 agents here in Workplace. So case in point, I'm going to give you guys a real example. Yesterday, Louie reached out to me and said, hey, I have a listing. It needs to be listed like ASAP. I want somebody in Fort Lauderdale. And I said, who do we have? This is what I did. I went on Workplace and I said, hey, I'm looking for an agent that can list in Fort Lauderdale. We're offering 50% commission. We have more opportunities that are coming up there. And within 3 minutes, I had 15 agents that had contacted me, and I immediately contacted within 3 minutes. So I just want to tell you guys, if you guys are not, leveraging Workplace, it's a game changer for referrals. It's a game changer for contacts. It's a game changer for networking. So I don't know if you guys want to add or contribute anything else on this conversation with Workplace, but we had that real example yesterday, literally.
Well,
Leo, I want to just say,
I was looking for Milwaukee. I was trying out on my own for days. Anyways, in 5 minutes, we located an agent in Milwaukee, Wisconsin as well. So, I mean, we're all over the place. Yes.
here's a great story, Leo, right? That same individual was kept calling me. I was able to postpone the sale on his property. And then I got busy and he started reaching out to me. And then he reached out to Gary Watt that we have the listing, the commercial listing in the City of Industry, 23,000 square foot building, and started calling Gary Watt and saying, look, I need to get a hold of Lewis. That's what social media does, man. He went all the way to Gary Watt to get a hold of me, and then he was just trying to reach out to me. But
Yeah.
another like social media works, guys.
100%, 100%. All right, cool. Look, thank you guys for sharing so many amazing nuggets and amazing information. I want to. Somebody asked a question in the chat, and we're gonna definitely acknowledge your question. I just want to, ask both of you the same question. Many people here on the residential side, you guys are obviously in the commercial side. So just share some context. How long in the biz? And how you broke through into commercial. Like I would say, I want to start off with that question.
Go ahead, my love.
Ladies first. Let's
All
go.
right. Well, this was back in '08, and I've been in the business over 20 years, but it started back when, the market was great, and then all of a sudden it tanked. So it's kind of similar to what some of us may be starting to experience a little bit of the economic shift going on. And so it was a great opportunity for me. I always wanted to go into commercial, and I dove in and I went to work for a brokerage, but I went and did it the hard way. Like explained in an example about 64. Yeah, I did my time. I paid my dues, but I hit the ground. I started knocking on doors, and I was able to, some things that we offer is where you can take a flyer and put your name on it, and I
Yes.
went door to door office
Yes.
buildings in Newport Beach out here, and I just door knocked and talked to doctors. Doctors that was my farm. And it was a great way to prospect, have good conversations with them, because again, you're in business and you don't do any, it's great because 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, had my weekends, and then I was prospecting all week long.
I
And
love it. And I want to highlight something with what you just said, Galen. Okay, so I want to have people understand commercial, residential, right? If you were to knock on 10 doors residential and knock on 10 doors commercial, how many more people will you talk to? Like, give us the contrast, right? I mean,
oh,
because you've highlighted this in a couple of trees. That's why I'm asking you the
fact
question.
that it even says no soliciting, but like, you go in and they already expect you're doing business. You can disregard those no soliciting signs. You're in the business, world of business, and they're fine. Anytime you come in and you say, hey, guess what? I have an office that's for sale around the corner. They just, their eyes light up. They want to know more. They love talking about their business. And before you know it, you're talking to the main doctor. But then you're talking to other people and it just expands, and they want to expand their portfolio. You can do, again, to this day, I still am connected with many of them, and we're still closing deals. So the relationships that you build with that, it's not only in the commercial side, but maybe you want to handle the residential piece as well.
Yes.
It just multiplies.
Absolutely.
And they
Yeah,
refer to their friends and their friend doctors, and then on, and it goes on and on and on, and they have attorney friends, and that whole circle, it becomes a very, again, if you farm that particular industry, you become surrounded by a lot of professionals.
I love that. I love that. I wanted you to thank you so much for sharing that. I wanted to highlight that just because, guys, if you knock on 10 residential doors, you're probably going to get 1 out of 10 to open the door, but the business is open.
All
10
open.
people will be there, right? 10 people will be there. You can have a conversation. Sir Louie, anything else you want to add or contribute to
So
that?
for you ladies that are looking for a just a killer mentor, Galen she's on another level. Her business is on another level, man. I've seen her negotiate, and it's just on another level, right? Her knowledge in the business is on another level. She's my wife and I love her, but I'm not saying this because it's not true. It is true. She is an animal when it comes to business, man. It's crazy.
Fine.
It's wild. Yesterday she schooled me on some negotiating tactic, and I was like, what the heck? All right, here we go. Let's go. But
Yeah, we shaved off about 200K off that listing. That's great.
That's
anyway,
what I'm talking
so
about.
look, guys, the reason why I'm in commercial real estate is because somebody told me don't get into commercial real estate because it's too difficult. But the person that told me that was a residential agent. And that was it. That triggered me. And I said, there has to be something. If this guy's telling me he's intimidated, and fast forward, he's my business partner now. And now we went into business. He came to me, he has 30 years of experience. He came to me and said, hey, look, I want to know everything that has to do with commercial real estate now. And now we went into partnership. And this guy, he's the one I told you that we closed a $14 million deal. We
I
went into
love that.
18
I love
million.
that.
So does
Hey,
it work?
Louie, I want you to highlight something really quick, bro. I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but I want you to
All
highlight
right.
something. You've been in the business like 20 something years, right?
No, bro, I've had my license for 9 years.
9 years, guys.
9 years.
When did you make when did you make the like, when it was the aha or the light bulb? You're like, I'm going into resident. How long were you into residential when you
I
transitioned over to commercial?
I was in residential for like 2 years, man, and I was like, this can't be it. This can't. I didn't get into this business. I didn't take the real estate exam 15 times to get into to do this, right? I think my third year, Leo, I made 180 grand. I was like, wow, I made it. And then I went home and I was like, what are you talking about? And the very next year, I made 1.5 million. So my fourth
Wow.
year in real estate, because I made that decision, I made $1.5 million, right? I was ranked number 8 in the world at Century 21 worldwide. And it was just me and my daughter. It wasn't a team, it was me and my daughter, right? So does commercial real estate a game changer? 1000%. Don't go through your career and just stay in the residential space. Multiply your income streams, man. Really, really multiply. If a
Love
guy
it.
like me took the test 15 times, I'm sure you guys are capable of doing much, much more.
Absolutely, absolutely. So another question I have for you guys, right? Because again, right, there's a lot of individuals here that are residential that want to tap into commercial. Give us some practical applications that they can do, maybe 2 to 3 things today that they can start leveraging some of their contacts, like they can start contacting some business owners. What would you say are some practical things that they can start implementing today? Like what are like some simple things?
Go ahead, Galen.
Okay, number one, you got your COI. You can start right off the bat, pick up the phone, right? Pick up the phone if you've ever been through coaching. Just contact all your past clients right now. Great, perfect time. It's Christmas. Hello, Merry Christmas. I'm super excited. Just want to see how you're doing. And boom, by the way, I'm also doing some working on some commercial opportunities right now. And you can piggyback off any one of our listings all day long. We've got any listings in any city you would like, take your pick, lease, for sale, for anything. And then say, I have this property listed right now in the market in Whittier. Let me know if you know of anybody that might be interested. You just keep going, and before you know it, oh, by the way, I'm not interested, but I do know a friend, or maybe I have a property right now that do you go into multi-units? Do you sell retail, office, industrial, gas stations, name it, restaurants? You go on, and before you know it, you've got something there. Or you go into your favorite restaurant. Maybe you're again, it's Christmas time.
Yes.
Say, hi, I want to just go and say hello to my favorite restaurant manager, whoever you frequent, business that you love. How are you doing with your lease? How's it going over here? How big is your space? Is everything going well? Be surprised that maybe they're getting ready to expire. Maybe they're getting ready to expand. Maybe they're getting ready to downsize. Maybe they're trying to find a second location. Get interested, get curious in their business, and they love talking about themselves, right? And that's how it starts. So that's
I told you, ladies, he's an animal.
Love it. I love
this.
it.
Go down the street too.
Awesome.
Last time we took a bunch of our agents on our team. We took a nice little walk down the street right outside of our office. You don't have to go very far, guys. Businesses everywhere. Look around. There's a lot of signs for sale by owner signs. You can call them up, be interested in the space that they have, maybe for lease, for sale, and boom, you may just land a listing for lease and or a listing for sale. So all you have to do is pick up the phone.
Here's a great example, Leo. I did $48 million in Lincoln Heights, just in Lincoln Heights. $48 million worth of sales there in 2 years. How did I do that? I got into CoStar and I found out everybody's phone number and started calling them and getting a relationship with them. $48 million worth of real estate there in that one little city.
Wow, that's huge. That's huge. Thank you guys so much for sharing that. And we have about 7 more minutes here. There's a couple of people that are in the chat dropping questions. One of them, I think Latrice, she's saying sold more residential, never sold residential actually, and expanding into commercial. So what's your advice on commercial agents expanding to residential? We have a lot. I mean, I'll just say this: we have about 18 hours of training on the residential side. We have plenty of stuff like that. So I'll definitely encourage you to tap into those trainings. And then somebody said here, in the comments, so learn how companies work, understand cities and different types of businesses you can bring to space. Permits can change yearly to benefit commercial. Learn health department codes, restaurants, bars, and liquor license. Actually, Louis, you always talk about that, bro, right? You said like, don't look at a deal one dimensionally. Like there's like 4 transactions in one. Maybe you want to highlight a little bit of that.
100%, guys. Look, we had an office that was in foreclosure. We did the lease, we did the sale of the cell tower, we did the sale of the business, we did the sale of the real estate. We didn't pass up on anything. So look, here this is really simple, Leo. It's like everybody goes to eat, everybody goes to have, to their favorite restaurant. All you do have to do is ask the question for that home or restaurant owner and say, hey, how's business? And he might say it's bad, he might say it's good. You want to expand it? Yes. Do you have a beer, wine, and liquor license? Yes. Do you own the real estate? Yes. Well, do you want to sell? And if they tell you yes, then you have an opportunity to sell the real estate You have an opportunity to sell the beer, wine, and liquor license, and you have an opportunity to sell the business, and then even sell the inventory, right? Like it's all together, man.
Yes.
Don't pass them. This is what I mean by if you're gonna be in this business, go for it, get it done, right? Don't be intimidated. I went out and I bought these, Leo, because I'm not gonna let anything pass me up. These are my translators, guys.
So
So if
guys,
I'm,
these are game changer right here. He showed me this one. I'm like, I'm buying this immediately. Time kettle, guys. Look at these.
these are
These are
my,
like AirPods. Go ahead.
go ahead, Leo, go ahead.
I was just gonna. These are like AirPods. So you put them on, right? Let's just say you're speaking to somebody that speaks Japanese or another language. You could hear what they're saying in English. It's game changer. This technology is
Yes,
available right now. Right.
yes.
So how did you use it, bro? Tell us a little bit of.
Leo, look, it looks like an AirPod, right? Here's an AirPod, right? You have it in your ear, you have your phone right here, and you have it in your pocket. And if they're talking, you understand exactly what they're saying in any language, right? Imagine not passing up on an opportunity when someone thinks you don't understand what they're saying, and then they say, "Look, I think this price works for me," but they're saying it in their language, and now you just found out what price that they want.
Yeah, it's game changer. And then how you would respond, right? Because somebody asked me yesterday, well, that's cool. You know, you could hear them, but I'm like, how are you going to respond? Okay, this is my advice. Download ChatGPT on your phone, right? And respond with the response into ChatGPT and ask it to translate it in the language that let's just say is Chinese. And then
Ooh,
ChatGPT will speak it for you.
let's go.
So you got a full like system there. That's a whole training itself. But actually Paul asked this question twice, so I want to make sure that we address it for him. He said, "Who is a decision maker when selling a building? Like, who's the decision maker usually, typically, when you're selling a building? Who wants to take that down?"
You gotta do your research, run title, pull who are if there's an entity, you gotta find out who all the signers and all the partners are. Sometimes depending, I look up on CoStar, so I look at different platforms. I see who's the owner, true owners, and then I look at, is it an entity? Then I search it, I look it up, and I take a look at who's who in there. So again, all
So,
depends what you have.
Leo, on CoStar, it tells you who the true owner is.
Yeah.
That's it. So don't complicate it, right? Call the phone number and find out, are you the true owner, right? Or why are you asking? Because here's number one thing, guys. People that own commercial real estate, they want to have a conversation with you, right? Because if you're calling them, they know you can bring them a deal. They're business owners, right? They know that you're out there hustling. They love residential real estate. They love them. I love residential real estate agents because they call on my apartment building all the time. And I know that I'm going to have that conversation with them because look, they're going to bring me a deal.
You never know. And by the way, never underestimate somebody can be an owner or when I would say about a couple of days ago, I was calling, I thought I was calling the HOA, right? And then it happens to be that he says, I'm the HOA manager or so-called, but then he's like, by the way, do you notice my last name? I go, oh, his last name was the last name of the entire center. At one point, they had
Wow.
the entire industrial units, the center is like 100 of units there, and his whole family. So you never know who you're talking
Leo,
to.
the 100
They're into
units you're talking about is the average of 12,000 square feet.
Wow.
So these guys own multiple centers, multiple retail centers. And so again, never underestimate who you might be talking to. They could just be a multimillionaire owner. You know, they're talking about acquiring additional properties. And there you go.
Yes. And
Totally.
guys, I want to highlight one thing because there was somebody that just asked, Miss Iris asked, she has a property and she wants to lease the property to a business, and she said, can she reach out for guidance? So the answer is absolutely yes, guys. Reach out to Ghislaine or Louie. Melissa, if you can do us a huge favor and drop their Instagram on the chat as well. But yes, these guys, they are preferred partners, with commercial. And you guys have any questions, these guys know their stuff. Make sure you guys reach out to them. Don't pass up on a deal just because I don't know it. Go ahead and call these guys up. Like, hey, let's partner up on this deal. Let's work together, right? You're going to learn. And next time you get an opportunity like this, then you could take it down on your own. So there's a huge, huge opportunity there. And make sure 100% that you guys tap into the trainings. We have another minute. So as we're closing out, any last comments, words? And again, we're going to be hosting these moving forward in January as well. So stay
Yes,
tuned.
Leo. that what I really want to tell you guys about that. If you really want to make 25 and make a lot more money and increase your business and multiple income streams, get on the role play Zooms, guys, because that's where you're gonna make more money. That's how you're gonna learn how to make more money, guys. Get on
Yes.
those Zooms.
Yes.
I always get asked, do you guys have scripts? Like, no, okay. There's I can't, there's just so many different scenarios, right? There's the retail, office, industrial. There's could be scripts for every different type of asset out there. But many a time you gotta be able to practice, sharpen your tools. So you gotta know how to role play and handle a lot of different kind of questions. You're talking to direct type of owners here, business owners, and you have to carry a conversation at another.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
Thank you so much. So I just want to say, guys,
one more thing,
if
Leo.
you guys, if you
One
guys
more
can,
thing. Make
yeah,
sure you guys tell everybody about what eXp is offering as far as the CoStar guys. Let people know and watch what happens.
it's huge. Yes, I want to say, Louie, Galen, thank you so much for your time. I know you guys are extremely busy. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Also, these guys are available for you and have access all of 50 states. So make sure you guys reach out. The role play information is going to be emailed, right? So for everybody that got here, however you got here, you most likely received an email. You saw it on social media. We are going to be posting on social media. We're also going to be posting in our private chats. Feel free to reach out if you guys have any sort of questions, but we're going to go ahead and sign out. It is 11 o'clock on the dot Pacific Standard Time. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in and learning today. Make sure, again, you guys follow Galen and Louie on social media. Reach out to them for any questions. And let's grow. Let's do
God
this.
bless you guys. God bless. God bless.
God bless. All right. Sounds good. See you guys later.
All right.